Hey everyone, welcome back to Backstage Pass. That's right, a podcast right here at Temple University. Brought to you by the CPCA Advising Office. That's right, we are back better than ever. Second episode of the semester. Woo woo, this is where the confetti goes off. So I'm psyched to be here. I know you all are psyched to be here. We're almost at the weekend. We're like a week away from spring break at this point, which is awesome. So I'm feeling pretty good, and it's a nice weather all of a sudden, which is even better, so that's kind of dope. I'd like to say hello to Sarah. She's my co-host. Sarah, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Ben. This warm weather is really exactly. It's making me go crazy. I can't handle it. I'm so
That's
excited.
right. Oh, I totally feel that. That's exactly how I'm feeling right now. But it feels good. I'm probably gonna go out and like actually go for a walk, which is something that I don't even think. That's something I don't even think about doing nowadays. But because of the weather, I just might go crazy.
That
Go
would
crazy. Go
that would be a
stupid.
very crazy thing to do, to go for a walk.
That would be kind of
Yeah.
crazy. That's what I'm talking about. But enough about what I'm going to do later. Let's talk about our guest today. So today's guest is a junior BFA musical theater major. She was last seen in Temple's fall 2021 production of Hotel Williams, which we actually talked to Mason Wilhelm about that. So that was really exciting. There's a little connection. Boop, boop, poking the dots together. She is truly a triple threat and has been dancing since she was 2 years old. We are so excited to have Ellie on our show. Ellie, how are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. I'm so excited for the weekend. The show's opening, and it's my birthday on Sunday, actually. So
Hey!
Happy
Birthday!
Yeah, thanks.
That's awesome. How old are you turning?
I'm turning 21.
Yeah! Let's go. That's awesome. That's the best. Good times. I mean, it's on a Sunday though. I mean, I hope
But
you're
who cares? It's still and it's during the run of the show, so it's, I'll celebrate after anyways. So
Yeah, there you go. Is it going to be one of those like Saturday nights waiting for midnight to hit and then finally 21?
Not as in like going out Saturday night, because I'll have a show on Sunday, but
True.
it'll still be exciting to turn 21.
There you go. Hey, that is all
Yeah.
that matters.
Yeah.
Well, let's get right into it. So first and foremost, we are all Temple students to some degree. You know, so we always like to ask a couple of different Temple questions, mainly just about your time here and whatnot. But because you are a theater major, we like to ask specifically about shows, because theater's fun. So we want to start with, what has been your favorite show that you've attended at Temple? Not been in.
Attended? Okay. I have to say I really enjoyed my freshman year. I ended up seeing, oh my gosh, the name is escaping me. That's so embarrassing. I saw.
Was it a musical or a play?
No, it was a play. It was freshman year. It was a lot of the MFAs were in it. It was Marcus directed it.
Enemy of the People?
Yes, Enemy of the People. I saw it twice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I was like, and it was sold out, and I was like on the wait list. I had to like beg to get in a second time, but like I was just so enamored with the whole entire thing, and I was just, I was a freshman, and it was like the first thing I had seen, and it was just so exciting, and it was so good, and so and it was really cool because it was the seating was in the round for that one, so I was able to like have, sit in different places when I saw it multiple times, and it was very fun. I loved it.
Yes.
Hey, there we go. I don't think that's the first time we've gotten that answer either. I think someone else.
I don't think so. I think yeah, that was a really good show.
Yeah, it must be a popular one. Dang, I missed out. Shoot. Oh well. Someday, maybe somewhere, a theater company is putting it on out
Oh, I'm
there.
sure.
Yeah, of course, of course. What about in Philly? Have you gone out to explore any shows in Philly since you've been at Temple? I know with obviously the virus, it's been a little difficult, but but I guess if there was any time that you've gone out to Philly, maybe there was a show of somewhere.
Yeah, I think my freshman year I saw Dance Nation. which was incredible, and we're doing that here next year, so that's really exciting. But that was really great. And then I also saw the first show I saw in Philly was Young Frankenstein at the Walnut.
Oh,
So
okay, cool.
yeah, and those were both really really great. But I haven't really been able to see anything since. So
I know. I'm hoping to get back out there and see
yeah.
some shows. I haven't been able.
It is funny though because I'm pretty sure the last show I saw in Philly was some sort of touring company did Rent, and they came to God, what theater did they go to? It's like right next to the Kimmel Center. Is
Academy of Music or the
that?
Forest
Yeah.
or
No, it might be. I think it was the Academy Music, whatever it is. But yeah, I saw Rent with my friend and his sister, and that was maybe like a month before everything got shut down.
Wow.
So that was the last time I was out. I went to go see Rent. I love Rent, don't get me wrong, but I've seen it so many times at this point that it's just like I was seeing it again and I was just like, yeah, this is where Angel dies, and oh no, there he is. Spoiler for anyone that hasn't seen it. Whoops. But yeah, so it's been crazy times. I want to go back to see live theater. You know what's funny? One musical I've never seen live, but I would love to is Les Mis.
I've never seen it live either, but I did it with my high school, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I did it in high school, and it was so much fun. Because there was like an overwhelming amount of girls in it, so I actually got to play one of the ABC Cafe boys. And it was just the most fun. It was so fun.
That's
those are the most
awesome.
fun roles.
Yeah.
All the crazy
it was so fun.
boys. I love them.
Oh yeah, Grantaire. Yeah, it was
Yes.
yeah.
That's great. Yeah, the movie doesn't do it justice, I hear. So I gotta actually like see it. But anyway, with being a theater student, you're obviously practicing all the time. You gotta rehearse. You're in a bunch of different shows, so obviously you have to rehearse. But when you're in your own time, practicing a scene or maybe a monologue or something like that, where's your go-to rehearsal spot on campus? It could be your room. It could be an actual classroom. It could be a stage. Like, where's your go-to rehearsal spot on campus?
So personally, I like being in the Tomlinson and Klein building because, like windows are nice. And although Ritter has lots of space and that's where our usual acting classes are, I really like sunlight. So I usually like to practice just in rehearsal hall even though ironically, rehearsal hall does not have windows, but just like being in the atrium and stuff, I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Atrium's a good spot. There's always people there too.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Got to go where the sunlight is. I totally get that. What's been your favorite class so far? You've been at Temple. This is now your third year, your sixth semester. What's been your favorite class, whether it was online or in person?
Oh, that's a great question. I really love all of the classes that I've had with Professor Stephen Gross. He's just so great. And we'd have like these like audition prep courses. So it's like building your repertoire. And freshman year so it's called Voice 1 and then Voice 2. And those are both with him. And then he was on sabbatical last semester, but then you do it again junior year. So we had it with Dr. Fleming, and she was great as well. So those classes are just probably the most fun because you get to bring in something different every week. There's a different assignment, whether it's a different composer or a different style, and you just come in and workshop it. So it's always
Sure. Cool. Awesome. Very cool. I want to know a little bit more about the shows you've been a part of at Temple. So could you just briefly go through your career here?
So my freshman year, I did PYP. And so Philadelphia Young Playwrights, where, you get to work with a student that's in high school or middle school even who writes a play, and then college students perform it, and it's professionally directed. So that was really fun. I was in that with a few of my classmates. That was freshman year. And then I was going to be in By George It's Joy, which is a concert celebrating the George Abbott shows. But then the pandemic happened right when we were in dress rehearsal. So
Of course.
That never actually happened, but it was so fun. And they're bringing it back. So it's going to be on Monday. So
Hey,
you
there
guys
you
should
go.
go see that too. It's called Heart this time though. And there's food and drinks and stuff. So go see that. But then my sophomore year, I was in Women on Love, which was a song cycle. And it was just a bunch of women talking about their different experiences with love. And it was written by a Temple alum. And that was really fun. That was on Zoom though. So that was the first of the Zoom shows that I was in. And it was really fun though, because I was able to work with my roommates, because my roommates and I were in it together. So we were able to do like trios and group numbers and stuff together. So that was, working with what we had. And then I was in The Wolves with Sarah, second semester, sophomore year, and that was so fun. I absolutely loved that. That was a play. Soccer team. That was so interesting to play soccer on Zoom. It was quite something. And then last semester I was in Hotel Williams, where it was just a collection of stories written by Tennessee Williams, and I played Woman in the Pink Bedroom, and it was so fun. There were like 6 vignettes, and it was just really cool to like have a moment just like for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever it was, but it's just you and your scene partner. So that was really cool.
That's exciting. Yeah. No, I heard nothing but great things about Hotel Williams, which is awesome.
Fun.
I was so psyched to hear about it when we were talking to Mason. So, yeah, it sounded like an awesome time. What about outside of Temple? What have your projects looked like, whether it was high school or maybe you were with a company, something like that? How was that?
In high school, I only did theater with my high school productions. So because I was a competitive dancer from the age of 5 up until 16. So that's pretty much where all of my focus went until I decided, like, in high school, I was like, I want to do theater. So I started doing the high school shows. And so that was where, my love for theater grew and flourished. And I was like, oh, maybe I could actually do this in college. So we did Les Mis and the Addams Family and just some really fun shows. But then outside of that, I mean, because of the pandemic, I honestly really haven't been able to do all that much. I've been auditioning a lot this semester for summer stock and for summer shows and that sort of thing. So, waiting to hear back on those kinds of things and just hoping for the best. But the only thing that I've been a part of outside of school would have been, I did a summer concert series with a company called Stage 62. I'm from Pittsburgh, so that's where it was. And it was just an outdoor concert event that they started doing because of COVID so that they could still bring, shows and music to the community without it being dangerous. So
yeah, for sure.
On a nice cool night having songs from it was called Songs from the Steps because it was on the steps of the library. So
cool.
So we had and then everybody had like their own little solo piece, and then we like all performed together. So it was really fun.
That is exciting. I want to go back real quick. So you did competitive dance. When I hear people say they did competitive anything, do you mean like you traveled? Like you actually were...
So I traveled not that far for regional competitions. If you think Pittsburgh is really close to Ohio, so I would probably never travel more than like 4 hours, because we did a lot of like Western PA and then Ohio competitions and stuff, and we would do about 4 regional competitions that would be in that area, and then we would have a nationals. So that's the one where we would travel for, and we went to like Ocean City, we went to Myrtle Beach one year. So
very cool.
We did some traveling, but
yeah, I mean that's more traveling than I would ever do when I was in competitive sports, so that's still pretty cool. That's awesome. What kind of dance is your favorite? What were you like primarily? What genre of dance, I guess?
So jazz, and then musical theater is like a subset of dance in the competitive dance world where you like it's very different, but it's just like you like sing along to the words, and it's a very stylized type of jazz dance. So like that's what all of my solos were. And I was like, oh, maybe I could like bring that into like the actual musical theater world. So that's what I primarily did when I was dancing.
Very cool. I don't want to brag, but I was kind of good at jazz squares in high school.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I was pretty good. I could really move my feet in a square shape. It was pretty gnarly. No, but in all seriousness, like I appreciate dancers on a whole like new level, just because I did high school theater myself, and being able to sing and act is like one thing. I kind of put both of those in a similar realm with one another in certain aspects. But dance is a whole other beast in my opinion. And to have an actual dance coach come in to teach stupid white boys that never really moved in their life some actual hardcore dances, it kicks your butt. It really does. And so yeah, I mean, I learned how to do like basic tap dancing, which was really cool.
I love tap, and I haven't tapped in a while because, you know, since we've been online, I haven't really been able to tap in my apartment or anything, but I'm in a tap class this semester, and it feels so good to be doing it again.
It's a ton of fun. I must say, I had a really good time tap dancing. So if that's like one thing I always tell myself, where like if I ever go back to like, not theater specifically, but if I ever go back to do anything like dancing or acting or anything like that, just for fun or whatever, I would love to take lessons in like tap dancing. I just think that's so much fun in my opinion. But hey, that's just me, right? But I do want to, I do want to ask, because I love food. I consider myself a, what are they? A foodie? Is that what the term is? Yeah. Well, I consider myself a foodie, but only for like really like junk food. So anyway, I hear you like to bake though. That's where I'm trying to get at. And so
I had an inkling that that's where you were going with that.
Yeah. Just if you ever just hear me rambling, I'm usually trying to go somewhere, even if like point A and point B are way farther apart than they should be. But I do hear that you bake, and I'm curious, what do you like to bake?
I love baking muffins and cookies and cake and donut. I really bake. I bake a lot of things. I have a few staples that I go back to. Like I have a blueberry muffin recipe and a cheesecake recipe that do not fail in my opinion, but I like to try new things all the time. So really I like to bake anything. But I do decorative cookies. And that honestly sometimes takes years off my life. And so it starts out as really fun, but then it's like all of my family members are ordering them from me and like doing a bunch. And I remember not this past holiday season, but it would have been the one before when I first started doing it. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't selling them for enough money. And I ended up having like 2 weekends where each weekend I think I had about 20 to 25 dozen to make each weekend. And they were like elaborate cookies, and they were very time consuming, and I sold them as sets of a dozen, and each cookie was different. So it was quite something. But I like to do it when it's not like, when I don't feel like I have the pressure of time breathing down my neck. So it's fun to do, like, you know, on the side a little bit, but when it's in that kind of capacity, it gets to be a little much for me.
Wait, did you make the cookies that you gave to
Yes.
I didn't know you made them. Oh my god, I thought you like got them from a bakery. They were so nice. They were so good. Oh my god.
Yes, I got all of the people in the cast of The Wolves addresses, and I sent them all soccer cookies and little cookies with their soccer numbers on them.
They were so good. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Crazy. I can't believe I did not know that.
So what's next on your list to bake? Like, is there anything new that you've been wanting to bake but haven't gotten around to do yet?
Well, since it's my birthday this weekend, I don't know if I'm gonna have time. I've never personally made it before, but my grandma makes it all the time. Lemon meringue pie is something that I
Ooh.
have on my birthday a lot. My nana sometimes will make lemon meringue cupcakes, and then my
Mm.
grandma will make a lemon meringue pie just because I just love it so much. So since I won't be home, I was thinking maybe I could try my hand at making one, but I really don't know with what time. I have no idea when I'll be able to do that. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
Well, hey, when you do, I count me in on being there for the tasting. I give strict ratings. No bull.
All
No
right.
bull. I was about to say a bad word. Good thing I didn't. I caught myself there. Yeah. So I will be. That's awesome. But now for why you're here, I want to talk about Head Over Heels. I want to talk about the show. Can you give us some insight? Could you give us a brief synopsis of what the show is
Sure.
about?
So, Head Over Heels is the story of a royal family in ancient Greece in the town of Arcadia. And they get a prophecy from the oracle, and the oracle tells the king that a number of things are going to happen, but one of them includes you are going to betray your wife. So he like hides it from her and just decides to like that they have to, they were told by the oracle that they have to leave their home, they have to leave Arcadia and go travel somewhere else. um but the whole thing is like this constant like part of the family doesn't even know what the prophecy said, but only the king um he does know what it says, and so he's trying to like outsmart the oracle, but of course in Greek comedy that never really works out. So it's
Right.
the events of the prophecy ensue, and there's love stories and there's lots of dancing, and it's a really fun show. So I hope
Can
that.
can you give us the times and the specific days that it's happening? So it's this
Yes.
weekend. We know that.
So this weekend we open this Friday at 7:30. So there's this Friday at 7:30, Saturday at 2 o'clock and 7:30, Sunday at 2 o'clock. There's not a show on Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday at 7:30 and Thursday at 7:30. So we run the 18th through the 24th, but just not on Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, got it. And then can you let everyone know how you get your tickets?
Yes, you can go to the Temple Theater's Instagram page or the Temple Theater's website, and there should be a link where you can sign up and get your tickets. Or if you're a theater student, go to the box office and get your comps.
There you go. That's
Free
how you do it,
ticket.
people. Go get your tickets. It's happening. It's starting this weekend. Do not slack off. Come on. What are you guys doing? Get your tickets. It's almost spring break. What are you doing in classes at this point? I don't even know. Get your tickets.
Oh my goodness.
I'm getting threatening all of a sudden.
Come see the
'Cause
show.
yeah, come see the show. Yeah. Go see the show. It's going to be great. I've heard great things about it. So please go see it. It's going to be awesome. So that about does it for our show. However, we do have a game.
Okay.
So we're going to play this little game that we like to call This or That, or as most people know it as Coke or Pepsi, where we're just going to give you two things to choose between. However, you only have a minute to get through all of them, and we have 16 different items to choose from.
Okay, I can talk fast.
Okay. Okay. Some people feel like they got to explain themselves, so they start falling behind, but I like your confidence.
Okay.
So
We'll see.
the way that this will work is I'll hold up a timer for 1 minute, and Sarah will actually be reading the questions. So let me get my timer up. Boom.
There might be some hard ones on here, so
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, look, I don't want to put any bad voodoo out there or bad luck, but most people have won in the last couple episodes, so.
You know what? I'm not really good at games, so I have no expectations. I'm just, here to have fun. So.
There you go. All right, I've got 1 minute on the clock. Are you two ready? All right, we are going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
the Sack or food trucks,
Food trucks.
Richie's or Saxby's,
Saxby's.
Ritter or rehearsal hall,
Rehearsal hall.
acting or singing,
Acting.
Singing or dancing?
Dancing.
Wawa or 7-Eleven?
7-Eleven.
Wawa or
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Wawa or Sheets?
Sheets. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Charles or Paley?
Paley.
Monologue or scene?
Scene.
Tomlinson or Randall?
Randall.
Film or theater?
Theater.
Drama or comedy?
Comedy.
Classical or contemporary?
Classical.
Play or musical?
Musical.
Pittsburgh or Philly?
Pittsburgh!
I can't believe you would say that on this podcast.
I'm
but
so sorry. I have to. I really never cared that much about like the whole Pittsburgh Philly thing until I moved here, and then I was like, if someone comes up to me with a Flyer shirt on, why I oughta. Something came over me.
Well, the good news is you had 2 seconds left, so that means you officially won the game. Congratulations. Woo! Free virtual high fives around the room. Boom. That's right. I'm not going to ever get over the Sheets versus Wawa question. I get you.
I think Wawa intrinsically is actually better. I just feel like morally I have to align myself with Sheets since I'm from Western PA.
I disagree.
It's like a personality thing.
I know, it's like the charts. It's like...
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know. I'll never get over something like that. But nevertheless, you did win the game, so congratulations. And hey, everyone go see Head Over Heels this weekend.
Yes,
it is happening. Please get your tickets. It's going to be a great time. Ellie, thank you so much for coming on. I had a blast. It was my pleasure to be talking to you. This has been great. I am jumbling my words around, so thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And as always, I'd like to thank my co-host, Sarah. She is the backbone to everything we do. And without her, we would not be able to run this podcast. So thank you very much, Sarah.
Thank you, Ben. And thank you, Ellie. I'm so glad I got to talk to you. I miss you.
As always, you can follow us on social media at CPCA_advising. That's where you can keep up to date with anything Backstage Pass related, or if you just need help with advising situations, go to our Instagram. We have great information on that, as well as our YouTube page. We have a lot of tutorials to help y'all out because y'all need some help. So make sure to hit that follow button, subscribe, do all the 9 yards, the whole thing. My name is Ben. I've been your host for Backstage Pass. We will see you next week.